NUSU Talks.
My name is Carter.
And I'm Ryland. And today we have Abby, who is the president of the Hunger Collective, a student group on campus with us today.
Yay! Thank you for coming, Abby.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to be here. Oh my gosh.
This is
How do you feel?
I feel excited, a little nervous,
Yeah.
but good. Overall, good.
You don't have to be nervous.
Yeah.
We're going to start off super easy. Can you just tell us about the group, what it has going on, who runs it, all the things?
Yeah, so the Nipissing Hunger Collective is a group that's dedicated to tackling food insecurity on campus. However, it's kind of evolved into something that extends beyond that. We recently talked about period poverty. We're doing a clothing drive coming up. So just kind of tackling the cost of living, I guess, and making university life more accessible for students.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Who are your executives that work with you on this team?
Yeah, so I'm the president. I kind of oversee everything, I guess. But my executives, I have Sam Price. She's our VP of Community Partnership and Outreach. Sam's kind of responsible for networking with local organizations. She reaches out to clubs we want to collaborate with. And then we have our VP of Events and Volunteer Coordination. That's Emma Nason. She makes all of our amazing graphics. She comes up with a bunch of fresh ideas for events. We have our exec of Advocacy and Education. That's Kia Winger. She looks at kind of the needs of the students in the moment. And she's also a social work student, so she brings in that perspective as well. And then finally, we have our exec of Administration and Food Security. That is Josh Weber. Josh is responsible for managing our finances, making sure we're on budget. He also has a really diverse background in food security, so he brings a lot of knowledge that way.
That's amazing. You have a good team of people.
Yeah, they're great. I couldn't ask for better.
That's amazing.
And I think I've said this before, last week when we were filming, but having executives that range over a bunch of different areas for a student group is it's just nice to know that everything is being accounted for.
Absolutely.
And as president, it must be nice to not have to take on little bits and pieces everywhere because you have your executives that are in those areas, so you can kind of just observe and then take on the big picture type of things.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is. So if a student was, say, looking to take part or join or even run to be an executive for the Hunger Collective, what advice or what would you tell them?
Yeah, my main thing is no action is too small.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you're going to make a difference in some way, whether it's a member attending our events, helping out with fundraising, or whether you want to run for an executive. You know, Josh right now is our only second-year representative. The rest of us are fourth years. So right now it's really all on his shoulders, but I'd love to see some younger, fresh meat get involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're running for an executive, don't stress, really. It's no action is too small, and no matter what you do, you're going to make a difference in some way.
I love that. That's such a good perspective to have, just on life in general. Because I feel what am I trying to say?
There's a lot of pressure where if you're doing something, you want to go big or go home.
That's exactly it. So knowing, putting that out there, that just even doing a little bit makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is a good perspective to have.
Sure.
And you said when we were talking about Wisha, you said that if you run to be an executive, if you don't get that position,
you just keep going as a member, and you can keep bringing your ideas to the execs as a member and be able to make an impact that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a fun, fresh question. If your group and you as president and your group, if you had an unlimited budget, no barriers, no nothing, what would you want NUHC to become?
I would love to just solve world food insecurity altogether. That's the dream, Maybe that's not realistic, but that is the dream.
That's fair.
More realistically, I love to do more pop-ups. We do produce pop-ups where to certain events like Night Owls will bring just a food stall of fresh produce and stuff, and I would love to expand that.
Yeah.
And I'd also just love to expand our reach to the community more.
Yeah.
And just kind of push what we're doing to the
Yeah.
biggest it can be.
I think I feel like you and I were talking about this once, how you saw Ottawa U do their fresh produce
Right.
market for their students. And
Yeah,
I really
and it was
loved,
unbelievable, like the
Yes.
size of it.
They
That's
had a
really the
lot.
goal.
And I think that's a really good image to see for us as like, and for you as the Hunger Collective, to bring that over to Nipissing. It might be smaller right now, but hopefully in the future we can bring that bigger and it can happen more frequently for
Yeah.
our students. Yeah, that's amazing.
And I feel like every step is a step in the right
Exactly.
Absolutely.
direction, no
For
matter
sure.
the size.
And even if we're starting small with the markets, eventually my hope one day is that those young, fresh blood execs are gonna they're gonna come in and they're gonna have the biggest, baddest produce market
I love
on the
that.
market.
On the market. That's awesome. Can you tell us how your student group has supported and used the group to influence like the food pantry at NUSU?
Yeah. So we've done a lot of fundraising efforts, whether it be at trivia when we co-host with NUSU,
Yep.
or just kind of tabling fundraising efforts. But I think the main thing we've kind of done is just bring more awareness to it. A lot of students I found weren't really aware that it was a resource that they can access.
Yeah.
And I think I can speak for kind of all of us at NHC when we say that we've seen the usage increase a lot, especially in first year students. And I think that's going to continue on the upwards trend, especially with the cuts we see happening to OSAP. So just kind of pushing that resource and making
Yeah.
sure students know what's available for
Yeah.
them, and making sure that they feel comfortable using it and
Yeah.
know that it's okay to need a little bit of help.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed I was working orientation week this year with NUSU, and that's definitely something that I pushed with my students that
Yeah.
I was giving tours to, letting them know that they had the opportunity to use the food pantry and that it didn't cost them extra money.
For sure.
And a lot of them had no idea it was even a resource, and they were in the middle of orientation week. So yeah, that's really great.
And I think as a student, there's that extra layer of stigma
Yeah.
that's kind of associated with accessing a food bank, where you feel like it's wrong for you to kind of need that help. But
Yeah.
I just really, with the group, want to push that it's okay. And it doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you less of a student.
Yeah.
And that it's there for you to use. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And like, because of things like OSAP cuts, it's getting harder and harder for students to be able to
Absolutely.
like, attend post-secondary schools, or
For
just,
sure.
like starting a life, like doing all these things, and it's not on students to feel like they just have to deal with that. Like
Yeah.
it's important that they know that there are resources like the food pantry at NUSU
Definitely.
available for them, because it's not right.
No. And yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna see a big increase, especially in the next year.
Mhm.
So, for you watching at home, come to the food pantry.
I agree. It's stocked daily, open Monday to Friday, and we have a lot of good stuff in there.
So, talking about like kind of the scope of the Hunger Collective, and I've said this with Wisha, I'm calling back,
Yeah.
giving callbacks to
Yeah.
the past
Yep.
episodes, but the Hunger Collective goes beyond just Nipissing, and it goes to the community of North
Mhm.
Bay. So, you attended a kind of meeting with all of the food banks, or just like organizations that are supporting like food insecurity, things like that, in North Bay.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you learned by seeing how the city of North Bay is tackling food insecurity,
Yeah.
and how that influences what you're doing?
What
with
they
the
say?
Collective?
What's their plan to fix this problem?
Yeah, so just for context, the health unit, they do a bi-yearly food security meeting with all of the kind of organizations in North Bay, like you said. And I had the privilege to attend that this summer, and it was really eye-opening. I think it really speaks to the fact that food security is something that we need to tackle together, and just to be able to connect with people who kind of share the same passion that I do was really moving to me. One of my biggest takeaways from that was 1 in 4 households in North Bay are currently experiencing food insecurity. 1 in 4.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, go into a neighborhood, one of these 4 houses that I'm looking at is
Exactly.
probably struggling with food insecurity.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Mhm.
We're like, how much? Over 50,000 here in North Bay?
I have
It's
no
something
idea.
crazy,
Yeah.
but
1 in 4.
that's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was really, it was beneficial to me to be able to listen to what other people are doing and also to be able to put my thoughts out there and just kind of share our ideas. And yeah, like I said, that it's something that we all need to come together to do. But yeah, it was really,
That
really nice.
that statistic is kind of just sitting with me because
Yeah.
of how this North Bay is a very big student, young
Yeah.
adult place because we have Canadore College and Nipissing both here. So a lot of those people are also students.
Mhm.
And that's crazy to think about because we're all just young people trying to survive in the world on our own.
For sure.
And some of us might not have support from our family, and that's hard. That's hard
Yeah.
to think about.
So I don't know if this was part of the question, but like a lot of our events are actually open to community to come and
That's
attend.
great.
This winter we did a Christmas holiday dinner.
Yes.
And that was really nice. We had a lot of sweet families come out. And then this spring coming up, we're doing a spring Easter barbecue. So that'll also be open to the community. We'll have the Easter Bunny there. We'll have a lot of fun stuff for the kiddos and a great meal to enjoy.
Do you have a date for that event?
I want to say it is April something. It's Easter weekend.
Oh, that's
on
the
the
4th.
Saturday.
That's the 4th or the 5th, I think.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
definitely.
saying.
Are you going to get the Easter Bunny?
Oh, I don't know. I think the Easter Bunny could just show up himself.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna have to give him a call.
Yeah, definitely. Can you, like, touching on your events, we want to know, just like, because you are doing like community events, like having that involvement, what do you think is like driving that passion to have it be community and Nipissing? Is it the fact that, like, I wanted to mention this earlier, like talking about how, Rylan, you said like a lot of North Bay is students
It is.
because it's like Nipissing is a
Right.
big driving force,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to have like the food pantry represented as in like those meetings where it's talking about the community of North Bay. Do you think that's why it's important to make these events both student and community friendly? Like, do you think that's like a big part of why you're?
Yeah, I think too, a lot of students who are from North Bay, I like the idea of them being able to bring their family. I like the idea of student parents being able to bring their
Yeah.
family and just make that more open, a more comfortable environment for people to be able to join us in. You know, I grew up in a household that was food insecure for a lot of my life, and I think I would have loved to have kind of a resource like that where it's not you don't go like a food pantry and there's that stigma that you know you're going because you're food insecure. It's more like an event where you come out to enjoy community, to enjoy food, and there's not that pressure.
And you're with other people who know what you're going through.
Exactly, yeah.
And you feel like maybe that you're not alone in
Yeah.
this situation, this really hard situation.
But there's not the pressure to kind of put that stigmatizing label on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's really amazing. Now, I don't want to have to rip this Band-Aid off because it's a touchy subject for both
We
of
don't
us,
need to
especially.
talk about this.
So you are a fourth-year student.
Oh
You are
my
in your
gosh.
last semester here at Nipissing. And will be graduating this upcoming
Yes.
summer, which means that the Hunger Collective will be looking for a new Abby.
Oh my
so
gosh.
what would you like what's a message you would like to kind of put out there for anyone that is looking to pick up like this torch that you really
You've lit that thing.
you have set an amazing fire
Yeah.
in a good way. But like, what message would you like to relay to anyone?
Truly, this year has meant so much to me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe graduation is coming up, but I feel like genuinely I've become a different person this year.
I've seen it
And-
since we met last year.
And I wish it happened sooner. So that's my message to all those first and second years who are still kind of finding their place at Nipissing. I was there. I know it's so scary.
Yeah.
But put yourself out there, follow your passions, and truly it'll change you as a person.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. And it may not just be for the Hunger Collective, it could be for anything. But just follow your heart, be true to yourself. I know that sounds so corny, but it's so true. I wish somebody was telling me that when I was in first year.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, my time at NIFSing has changed my life.
Aw, Abby!
And you've changed a lot
You've
of
changed
things.
our lives. I
Oh.
couldn't imagine working here without you. Oh, okay.
We're sad now.
We're sad now, but we're gonna move on to our final question, which is the part of the segment where NUSU lets you talk. And you just gave us a great little speech.
Yeah.
But we're gonna let you have the stage one more time, and you can let the viewers know what's on your mind. What's the last note you want to leave with everybody?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me,
course.
first off. Follow your heart, do what's true to you, and cringe isn't real.
Yep.
That right there.
Just be yourself, and, follow me on Instagram, NU Hunger Collective. Watch out for our pop-ups.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me. This was so much fun.
It was so
Yes,
fun.
and it's so amazing to learn more about the Hunger Collective. Like, it really is just such a heart in the NIPSing University
Yeah.
community.
Thank
And
you.
North Bay in general. It's just really is.
I agree. You're
You
doing
guys
great.
are lovely. Thank you.
You're lovely.
We're so sad.
I know, I can't do this anymore. We'll see you next time on the NUSU Talks podcast. Bye.
Bye.